Hello. I am back. We are going into, I think, episode 10 of... I wanted to say Love by Chance. I don't know why. That's the second time recently. Love in the Air. We're going to Love in the Air, episode 10. With Rain and Payu's story, there were a lot of, like, pure fluff episodes, and then the drama all kind of came at the end. With this, I don't really think there's going to be, like, an entirely fluffy, nice episode, right? I don't think there's going to be an entirely fluffy episode because Sky is dealing with trauma and that's going to be with him all the time. And he's one of the main characters. So I feel like every episode is going to be a little bit difficult in places and it's going to be really sweet in places. And I gotta get through that, you know? It'll be fine. Just seeing their faces makes me smile, no? That's when you know it's a good show. You taking time off to take care of Sky? Very brave, very direct. He looks completely different when he's just like in a t-shirt, no? He looks a lot more down to earth. This trope, no, I love it. I keep seeing it and I'm obsessed with it. The way he calmed down because Papaya was there with him. Well, at least Papaya's getting an idea of the sort of stuff that he's dealing with, right? Papaya does joke about, like, he does the joking flirting thing a lot, right? Like, as if he just wants to fuck Sky all the time, basically. But actually, he doesn't go through with any of it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think he legitimately wanted anything out of that situation. It's just his humor and his way of flirting. But he does actually take care of Sky pretty well already. And that's even before he knows really what's going on. Cute. Feel like he's probably slept more in the last couple days than he has, like, ever, right? We've got some progress on Sky's end of things. Less aggression, less pushing away. He's starting to trust Papaya a little bit. I mean, the good thing about this is that because it's happening over several nights, Papaya sees that it happens like all the time, no? Which is very consistent of trauma or PTSD or like some kind of traumatic event. I don't think that's what he wants this time. But I'm proud of you for sticking up for yourself and saying no. I wish you'd done that in the first episode that we had with you. Oh, pouty Sky is very cute, no? I saw the smile. He smiled. We're making progress. Very confident. Person makes you feel good. He even does grocery shopping? That's more than what you do. You'd like 3 bottles of water. The smile on Papaya's face. Cute. Sweet. Very sweet. Very sweet. We got another race coming up. My cat just opened the door by herself. Hi. Bad people. They're bad people. They're very bad people. I know those names. They're bad people. Don't like them. I know those names from a video that I saw online, which is kind of a spoiler, I guess, so I'm not going to go into it, but I know those names. I don't like those people. What is happening? Why are we seeing this? Sky's not even here, no? How is this important? Payu and Prapai were talking about it, but they're not here either? Oh, they're back here. Damn. People be taking care of Sky a little bit. That's good. He needs it. I'm just always worried about Sky. I was just opening my mouth to speak. I think it needs to buffer a little bit. Prapai, go into the last chair to pick up Sky. We'll have to see. I'm just gonna let it buffer for a second. I'm really concerned after seeing those two people, Petch and Gun. Last episode I mentioned that there was a video that I saw with some dialogue from the novels, and it made it seem like they were going to include that scene in the series. And the scene, I won't say what it is or anything, I don't want to spoil it, but it's got those two names in it. So I'm 95% sure they're bad people, even though they don't give off like really bad vibes when we see them just there. I'm concerned. I don't like them. I don't know. How are we doing? We buffered a bit. I'm gonna keep going. I might have to just stop every so often. Poor boy is always tired and never gets good sleep. Cute. For someone who's just had like one night stands and never been interested in a relationship before and said he's never cared about anyone this much, he does a damn good job of taking care of Sky, no? He's very attentive. Cute. I like Prapai. I think he's gonna be really good for Sky. I think he's already good for Sky. I just want Sky to be happy and safe. Yeah, okay. We've already had that this series. I'm just throwing that out there. This show has already gone there. He's so cute. Oh, protect him at all costs. Very sweet. Keep up the sweet moments. I'm very nervous now. So many people. Payu and Rain are there. This is way too many people for my liking. Even just hearing the general, like, hubbub of people talking but not being able to understand what each person's saying makes me anxious. This is too many people. I would want to cry if I was in that room. The sky is smiling. This is good. We like to see it. They're still getting on very well. He just happily watching Sky now. It's like an Until We Meet Again when they were at the waterfall. It was like Win and Dean's favourite activity was just sitting there watching Palm and team. You're very sweet, Sky. You're very sweet, no?
คือพวกหนูรู้มาจากพี่เลนกับพี่ซิกอะค่ะว่าพี่สกายเตรียมงานจนไม่สบายพวกหนูเลยอยากมาขอบคุณนะคะก็พวกหนูขอบคุณพี่ๆมากเลยนะคะที่ดูแลพวกหนูเป็นอย่างดีอะคือหนูสัญญาเลยว่าถ้ารุ่นน้องมาเนี่ยหนูจะดูแลให้อย่างดีเหมือนพี่แน่นอนค่ะขอบคุณนะครับพวกเราต่างหากค่ะที่ต้องขอบคุณงั้นพวกเรากลับแล้วนะคะกลับดีๆนะค่ะพี่ขอบคุณมากขอบคุณมากนะคะ
Cute. Sky getting appreciated for his hard work.
ดีใจว่าแสดงออกมานะพี่พายผมดีใจที่สุดเลยอะ
Cute. I feel like we don't see that genuine smile very often, no?
ถ้าทางชีวิตรักอิสระของมึงจะถึงจุดจบแล้วไอ้พาย ไม่มีอะไรกลับบ้านกันดีกว่า
Sweet. He's like, I'm fucked. There's no way I'm getting out of this. I'm with him for life. Yeah, we don't see that genuine smile very often. It's normally like the sarcastic, sassy smile. I'm just glad he's sleeping peacefully. I get nervous every time he sleeps, no? You please don't. He will never trust you again. I'm putting all my faith in the fact that you don't do anything stupid. It was Demon Slayer. There's a Tanjiro model. I see Tanjiro in the background. It was Demon Slayer he was reading last episode. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by random things. You're used to it by now, I'm sure. That's really cool. Don't do it, Prapai. Come on, man. I don't know if I'm going to be okay with it if you kiss him while he's asleep. Oh, he woke up, thank God. I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him for not doing anything. We've making progress now. Sky not being so scared of intimacy. That's good. Not seeing it as like a payment for anything. Sky looks so cute right now, no?
อีกหน่อยถ้าเราเป็นแฟนกันต่อให้พี่งอนให้ตายน้องสกายก็ไม่ง้อพี่แน่เลยอะ
He's great though. He's great when he's sweet and happy and smiley, and he's great when he's like that. And he's just sarcastic and sassy and so dumb with everyone's shit. It's great. Best character. Prabhai definitely gives off like clingy boyfriend vibes, no? See, that's just his sense of humor and his flirting. That's just his style of doing it. That's Sky's sense of humor. And it's great. I'm all for it. He's amazing. Slowly but surely changing his idea of what a good, healthy relationship can be like. I like it. I don't think we've seen Sky smile as much as we have this episode. Oh, he's so soft. Oh my goodness. Pretty. That would make a nice tattoo, no? He definitely doesn't look like he's used to being taken care of, no? He gets this look on his face like he's surprised and kind of wondering if he owes something for it. Cute. God, I always get nervous at moments like this because you never know how he's going to react. Then again, he did say earlier he did want him to, right? I think he's ready, no? That's the second time he's had a fairly positive reaction to the idea of being kissed. Cute. He's so sweet. He's got the cutest mannerisms, no? At the restaurant, he was like tapping his feet on the chair. Just there, he was like shuffling on the floor. It's very sweet. Sassy Sky is great. Cute. Cute! That's so sweet, no? That's the end of the episode. After starting it saying, oh my gosh, we're never gonna have an episode where it's all fluffy because of his trauma, we got like literally a fluffy episode, no? Cute.
แม่ครับพายเองดูแลคนที่เป็นไข้ต้องทำไงล่ะครับโถแม่ลูกแม่ก็ดูแลคนได้นะ
I love how the first reaction's like, you're not taking care of someone, get out of here.
เอาไว้เดี๋ยวพายพาเขาทั้งหล่อพี่พายุไม่ได้เป็นคนเดียวที่หล่อหรือเท่แล้วก็ไม่ได้เป็นคนเดียวที่ดีที่สุดด้วยมึงหมายถึงพายใช่ไหมผมตัดสินใจได้แล้วพี่พายเดี๋ยวก่อนยอมก็คือยอมไงผมไม่ห้าม
I get it. This show's a spicy one, but I feel like I don't really want them to sleep together again until Propai is aware of exactly what happened to Sky. I don't know, that makes me a bit uncomfy. Such a good episode. We had like a little bit of sadness at the beginning with seeing his bad dreams, and the rest of it was nothing but fluff and them bonding. It was so good. And last episode, it was like a 50-50 whether or not Sky would get like upset or happy whenever Propai did something. This episode, it was mostly he was happy, no? It was really good. There's like a moment when Sky is thanking people for coming to the last cheer event and Propai comes up behind him and they're talking. You see him go from like the two moods that I love about him almost instantly. So he starts off quite shy and smiling and walls down and stuff, and then Propai says something or makes a joke and you see him immediately switch to like the sassy smile and he rolls his eyes. And I was like, that 10 seconds perfectly like encapsulates everything I love about Sky. Like, I love his sweet side when he lets his walls down and when he's like surprised by Propai and you see him like taken aback. He has like a really soft expression, really vulnerable. And I say it every week, but his face is so expressive anyway. Like, you can see when he's wanting to smile but he's not smiling. You can see when he's feeling sassy, when he's feeling like vulnerable, when he's happy. You can tell all of that without him saying a word, which is really, really good. A very talented actor for sure. But yeah, those two sides of him I really love. I hope that he keeps the sassy side, because that's a really good side to him as well. No, he knows that Sky gets sad sometimes, and that he said in his own words, like, his eyes are crying out for help, and now he knows that he gets these bad dreams a lot too, and that he doesn't like to sleep, and that he overworks himself until he's basically exhausted and sick. He just has to be doing things all the time. So little by little, Propai is starting to learn that there's definitely something going on with Sky, which is why from the preview, the NC, potential NC scene, I'm low-key hoping that Propai says no and stops it, because it looks like Sky initiates it and says, I'm giving myself to you. I'm hoping that by that point, Propai is clued in enough that he knows that maybe it wouldn't be such a good idea. I think we need to get Propai to like shut that down from what we see in the preview, right? Because Propai has spent so much time convincing Sky that he's not just in it for the sex and he doesn't just want sex from Sky. If he gives in now, after Sky's like, okay, I'll give myself to you, all it's gonna do is tell Sky that actually, firstly, you know, that is all that Propai wanted. And that he's not serious about the relationship, but it would also kind of tell Sky that that's all he's good for as well, right? Like, he's already got that in his mind that people only want sex from him, so it's just gonna like lower his self-esteem too. It's not just gonna lower his opinion about Propai and what Propai wants, it's gonna lower his own opinion about himself all over again, right? That's all he's good for, that's all anyone wants him for. That, I don't know. We need Propai to shut it down. I'm all for the spicy scenes. I really am. This show has definitely stepped it up for that, but we need to shut that one down, I feel like, no? Let's hope Propai realizes that maybe it's not the best, you know? He needs to win Sky's heart before he gets his body again, I feel like. I don't know. We'll see. We got introduced to 2 new characters. I don't think it's a coincidence. Even if I hadn't have seen the video that I saw, I still feel like I would have picked up on something, right? Because otherwise the race thing seems completely out of place. They made it a point of this episode that they got invited to a race, one of the races, and then they go and it's just immediately cancelled because of rain. The weather rain, not the character rain. and then these two people come along and they have a conversation and then that's it. That would seem really out of place, right? You would know that that's all set up to introduce those two characters. So you know that those two characters are going to be coming back into it at some point. The entire racing stuff for this episode was just set up to introduce those characters for sure. And I don't like them. And I'm not looking forward to seeing them again. But we saw them. Their names are Petch and Gun. And that was it. I feel like it was a fairly simple episode this week. It was mostly Rapai showing that he can and will take care of Sky. I really like that at the end of these episodes you get like there's always a little extra scene and it's always a flashback to something else that happened in the past, and it kind of gives more information and more meaning to certain scenes that we've seen already. I like that. So he went to a lot of effort to take care of Sky, asking his dad for time off work, asking his mother for advice on how to take care of someone with a fever, going to like check up on him after the cheer meeting and stuff. So it's mostly just him taking care of Sky and then them bonding and us getting to see some progress from Sky, right? Like last episode, he wasn't interested at all to learn anything about Popeye. This episode, he was actually asking questions about like being siblings and stuff. And Popeye said, "Oh, are you curious? Like, do you want to know this thing about me?" And Sky didn't say anything, but you could tell he was like, "Yeah, I do." So he's definitely having character progress and he's trusting Popeye a bit more, which is great. I love it a lot. They're both very sweet, you know? And there are certain times, especially when Sky is feeling very vulnerable and he's like, Popeye says something really sweet, not flirty, but sweet. You see like Sky let his walls down and he's quite vulnerable and he's got this look in his eyes like, can I really trust that this is real? And it's like the softest, most vulnerable expression and it's so sweet. I love him a lot, I really do. I get a protect at all costs kind of feeling with him. I need to start I need to start 2 more lists, right? I want a list for like my favorite characters ever out of all the shows. And then I would have to go through like my favorite character list for each review and pick out my absolute favorites, and then do the same thing for pairings. You know, like my favorite pairings out of all the shows I've seen. Because Sky would definitely be way up there as like one of my favorite characters. I really like him a lot. So that's it until next week. That's episode 10. So we've got 3 more episodes, which means there's still a lot gonna happen, right? I'm still very nervous. I feel like the worst of the drama is definitely still to come. But I feel blessed with this episode. It was genuinely almost completely fluffy. We didn't get too many awful flashbacks or anything like that. We saw a couple of Sky's like nightmares and things, and you see him quite nervous and closed up at certain points, but other than that, like compared to last episode where he was shouting and crying and everything like that, this episode was a blessing. No, it was great. More of it. Yes, please, I want him to be happy. So that's it. I will pick up episode 11 next week. Bye.